Hello and welcome to my final year project. It's a CSI virtual reality game where you play as a detective and you have to explore the scene and gather as much evidence as possible to figure out what happened. Right now I can't move. I can look around but I can't move the character because I'm in the menu scene. If I click on controls, we've got the various controls here and we can go in and out of that. And I can start the game. Once I start the game, there's an animation of Simon falling off the balcony, and that lets you begin. Now, as you look around, evidence gets highlighted by a raycast, which hits their trigger and lets you know that you can interact with them. So if I click on this, you can see that it's passed the information into the inventory and it opened it up for you. So if you close that, you can open the inventory at any time, and then you click it again and it passes the information in. So I'm just going to gather a couple of pieces of evidence in this scene and show you that you can, there's no clipping with the inventory, so you can walk right up to a wall or a character and you can always see your inventory. It doesn't get cut off anywhere. You can move around with the inventory or you could put it away. I'm just going to get all the evidence in the scene because later on I'm going to need as much evidence as possible to end the scenario. I'm going to move into the next scene. And this elevator was modeled in 3ds Max, and it uses code to determine how far away the player is to let you go, to animate the doors to let you go in and out. This clock uses the computer's time, and it rotates the minute, second, and hour hand based on that time. Have a look in here. There's the waiting room, so we've got a few couches, some newspapers, vending machines, and we've got the meeting room here, and a police officer, and here he is. Talk to him. He says, I didn't push him, he was drunk and he fell. So that's Robert. He's the accused, so he may or may not have pushed him. The brothers seem to only have each other, no immediate family. Okay, let's close that. Have another look around, see if we can find any more evidence. There's the secretary going off. Nothing in here. In fact, the secretary, she uses pathfinding, so she goes from different waypoints, and she'll avoid any static objects, so she won't walk into any walls, or the she'll go around objects. And if I just chase her and click on that, she'll stop and she'll turn and face you and give you another bit of evidence. And if you keep clicking through, she has some other things to say, but only the one piece of evidence that really matters. But she'll keep talking and saying different things. And she'll wait until you get a certain distance away, and then she'll decide to either carry on waiting or she'll walk to another waypoint. So eventually she'll decide that she wants to go somewhere else and she'll walk off. There we go. So this is Robert's office, and we've got a bank rejection letter here. So click on that, and we can actually go back through different pieces of evidence to see what we found, so we can assess everything. And we now have enough to end the scenario, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to find a few more things and show like this computer. So if you go in here, you can explore, and we found their finances. So they're £7,500 deficit each month, so they're quite in the red zone. So I'm going to save that as another piece of evidence, and I'll take you onto the balcony. So this is where he fell, overlooking the city from before. It's the same city but different scene, and we've got a piece of evidence here. There we go, the empty bottle. So it looks like he was drinking on the balcony, and he's got a cupboard full of bottles of alcohol just here. So he's quite a heavy drinker. There's another computer which you can access and explore, and a broken picture frame. So someone's throwing this at the wall. So there was an argument. We now have all the bits of evidence in the scene. So if we want to, we can end the scenario and make a guess as to, or an informed decision as to what we think happened. And when we end the scenario, it takes you back to the menu, and if I just start, it plays the game again. So if I open the inventory, it says you have not found anything yet, so it's cleared all of the evidence, ready for the next person to explore the scene. So it keeps going around, and you can select something else. So Ford Mustang, this must have cost Simon a fortune, and that's pretty much it.